Hi, I'm Brian Giffray. I'm a math tutor in Southern California, and in this video I'm going to explain how to read your math book. Seems like it'd be a no-brainer. It's real easy to read a math book, but that is not true. Math is probably one of the most difficult things to read. I think it's more difficult than most other sciences, and this is because math is a very precision language. It is capable of expressing incredibly complicated ideas in very terse, concise statements. So you might have, half a line of text in a math book that, if translated to English, would take up 5 to 6 pages. This presents a lot of problems for students. And plus, there is a symbolic notation. There are new definitions, theorems, concepts that you have to grapple with. At the same time, you're trying to understand the logical development of the material, because math progresses in a logical development. It has its own kind of narrative, but it's not like a novel. A novel you might just breeze through in a day or less and sort of passively absorb what's going on. It's very entertaining, it's enjoyable. Mathematics is very different. Consider it to be a dialogue. Not like a lecture that you're listening to, but a conversation that you're having. So you're having a conversation with the book, and you don't understand something. What do? You ask it a question, like, what the hell do you mean? And you'll write down questions as you're reading. If you don't understand something, make notes, ask questions, write questions, underline, write definitions, theorems on index cards so you can look at them later, try to decipher them, because it almost is a process of decipherment. The key thing here is to always remember to write. You're going to be taking notes and writing and doing problems in math. If you want to learn math, you have to actually do it. And it's almost like each individual learner has to discover mathematics for themselves. It's not like you're inventing it, but it's more like you're discovering something that's there, and you're like an archaeological project, right? You're digging something out of the ground, and that's a terrible metaphor. Anyway, so reading your book, right? One of the things I see students do a lot, which is terrible, is they will go to the lecture, they'll listen to the lecture, much like they did in high school, but in college, they'll listen to their professor, they'll go home, they'll come to the homework, they'll start working their homework problems, and they'll get stuck realizing, well, hey, this homework really wasn't covered in the lecture. It must be in the book. True. So they'll go to the book when they get stuck on the homework, and they'll try to find the particular part of the book that describes the homework that they're working on so they can solve that problem. This is a terrible way to read your book and work with it, and it'll end up hurting you in the long run. So I'd strongly advise you not to do this. What you should do is always read first, then do the homework. And here's the thing with reading. It takes a long time. If you get through, 3-4 pages of a math book in 2 hours, you're doing great. I mean, that's good. It's difficult material, it's highly condensed, it takes a long time to get through it. You need to be writing. One of the things you'll notice, especially in lower level math books, and this is, calculus and below, they will give several examples of a concept when a new idea is introduced. And then they'll give the particulars, then they'll give the general idea. So they'll have 3 or 4 problems showing a particular new concept or idea, and then a more condensed mathematical version that would show the general rule or truth or what have you. So you're going to want, if you don't understand the generality at first, don't worry, write it down, come back to it. What you're going to want to do is develop an intuitive sense of the logic behind the new idea. So you're going to want to get inside of it, into that dialogue with the material. So you'll notice that the book will show several steps of the new problem, the new type of problem. Read through the first example, make sure you understand it, analyze it, see how they move from step to step in this problem, what they're doing. Then go to the second one. Look at the problem, cover up the solution, cover up all the steps to it. Use your hand, use a piece of paper, whatever, use your ruler. Try to figure it out on your own. Don't read how they do it. Try to figure this out on your own. Write each step in the margin. It's your book, write in it. Write all the time. So you're writing the steps. Say you get stuck. Okay, gradually reveal the next step to yourself from the book. So you'll see how the book does it, but still don't look at the solution. Then, when you have that step, try to figure out what the next one would be on your own, and so on and so on. So what's happening is you're getting inside the logic of this new idea, which is what you're going to need to do to effectively solve your homework, to do your homework. You're going to need to understand how the logic works. If you can't define it formally in the mathematical sense, that's okay. That comes later, but you're going to want to really feel the problem and be inside of it, be inside the logic. So when you get to the homework, it should be much, much easier if you do this, trust me. You're also going to want to pick up a solution manual. Some of the problems in your homework section, it might be a big mental leap to get from the material to the type of problem, the material presented to the type of problem that they want you to solve. They're still connected, but you might miss that connection. That's okay, don't worry. Use your solution manual. Use it the same way I'm explaining how to use your book. Don't abuse a solution manual. Don't just look at it. Don't look at the next problem. Say you're assigned an odd problem. Don't look at the even problem next to it and then try to figure it out. No, that's bad. You're going to want to look at each step in exactly the same way that I just described. And trust me, this will help. You will do much, much better. You'll have a deeper grasp of the material. And who knows, you might even really enjoy it. So hope this helps. Leave your feedback below. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Thanks for watching. Good luck.